the attention of the political directorate the fact that Discovery Bauxite Operations Limited was quite frankly taking advantage of the government of Jamaica and its agencies. For Petrojam to be extending $7+ million of what was essentially working capital, providing working capital to this joint venture operation, which by arrangement, the balance should have been in the order of about 450,000, but it had gone up to $7 million. And as we go through other elements of the question, we will see that the government was owed millions of other US dollars in payments for the asset user fee, etc. Quite frankly, Mr. President, what this shows is that the relevant ministries and their agencies had fallen down in terms of the monitoring and enforcement of the terms of the agreement. Has some officers or officials of these agencies between Petrojam and Jamaica Bauxite Mining, who would have had commercial oversight of the operation of this venture, been held accountable for falling down on their responsibilities? The second question has to do with the revelation that no levy, or in the alternative, no income tax has been paid by this joint venture operation. I at the time warned that it was very predictable that no income tax would be collected because this arrangement was very vulnerable to transfer pricing. We waived the levy, and in lieu of that, we have collected zero income tax. This is an extractive industry. Every ton of bauxite we send out is finite and will not be replaced. It is doing irrevocable damage to the environment. When the mined out land that's left is virtually useless for agriculture, it's destroying our forests and woodlands and has implications for the entire ecosystem. And yet, we are allowing this to continue with absolutely no benefit to Jamaica. And really, the little employment that we get doesn't really matter in an environment where our unemployment rate is 4.5%. So, you know, the sacrifice that we're making puts us at the threat of being cursed by our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren for allowing this to continue for very little benefit. Have we conducted a cost-benefit analysis, and cost in its widest sense, including the environmental costs, including the liabilities which current and future taxpayers of this country are going to have to pay to rehabilitate these thousands of hectares that have been mined out and not properly restored, and even after restoration will not be back to its original condition. And quite frankly, it is really insulting. What it's saying is that this information is too sensitive to put into the public domain, and therefore it's not provided. Jamaica Bauxite Mining says no after asking these questions and exposing the mismanagement and the lack of oversight, are now saying they will get an independent auditor to audit the figures. But they should have been receiving these figures on a monthly basis and asking these questions at the board of the joint venture agreement. I mean, we have fallen down completely. And then the contempt with which the company now writes and says, well, our information is very delicate and very sensitive, and we can't put this. What they're saying is that this parliament cannot provide effective oversight to the operations of a joint venture that is majority owned by a government agency. That is unacceptable. And I want to ask the Minister if he believes that that is acceptable, that we are prevented from doing any oversight of this joint venture, which we are the majority owners in, and which has, by the answers, the few answers provided, has shown that they have not been living up to their obligations under the agreement and under the laws of Jamaica. Demand on behalf of the taxpayers of Jamaica and on behalf of future generations that they live up to their obligations under the agreement and under the laws, both the mining and environmental laws of Jamaica.
Wagwan family, manners and respect. Now, you know, if you understand, you know what social media has taught me? That Jamaica is one big flea market, one big exploitation ground, one big exploitation field, where people from all over the world, companies from all over the world, come to exploit its people, resources, and for cheap labor, cheap wages, bad work conditions, under the watchful eyes of our politicians who only need a pocket change so you could go ahead and abuse the people of the land. That's what social media teach me. It is social media that brought this knowledge to me by reading these different articles, these different stories, seeing these different news coming to me. We're putting it together. Everything going on in Jamaica is not for us. It's just a big field where everybody in the world know about cheap labor. Yeah, you put in little and you come out big. Anybody can go to Jamaica poor and them leave rich. And that's what is going on with Jamaica with the help of politicians, because politicians care nothing about us. All they want is a pocket full people. Jamaica is a place where you can just go exploit the people them as much as you can, because these politicians won't go to jail. Let me tell you what will change my country. You know what will change Jamaica? Jamaica will never change until politicians are held accountable for the crookedness. Politicians have to go to jail first, people. That's how the country is going to change. I want you to understand that, people. Please be reminded by that knowledge that Jamaica must be held accountable. Our politicians must be held accountable before we can see any change. Jamaica is just a big party shop for criminal investors all over the world. And many of them come to Jamaica. Don't but I believe criminal investors are not in Jamaica to wash their money. Do you understand me? Jamaica does have this big old, and look here, big old party shop. And it is not a joke at the party shop that when we know to be successful business. Ask Juicy Beef, who just migrated, come a foreign, doing very well up and out. But Jamaica is just like a big old party shop running kind of nonsense, people. Anybody can exploit the people under the watchful eyes of politicians. Jamaica is a big country where anybody can come. Maga, left fat. The politician will help you. You sound a little bit different from the islanders, or look a little bit different. The politician will point you to your way to success, providing you give them for them handful. Jamaica is a boy, people. Anyway, tell me what you think about this video. Go ahead in the comment section. Give me a comment. Let me know how you feel. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel, people, if you like my presentation and my work. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much. I'm Jamaican Carlos. I'm out.